are you so good to me? Why are you so good to me? If we can just reach one soul, one person, I pray that you would let this video reach so many people, people that just need to see and know the truth. God, that you are real, that you are loving and you interact with your children. So I'm going to let you guys know that Jesus entered in chapter 9 of Matthew. Jesus entered into a ship and passed over and came into his own city. And behold, they brought to him a man sick of the palsy, lying on a bed. And Jesus, seeing their faith, said unto the sick of the palsy, Son, be of good cheer, thy sins he forgiven thee. And behold, certain of the scribes said within themselves, This man blasphemeth. And Jesus, knowing their thoughts, said, Wherefore think ye evil in your hearts? For whether is easier to say, Thy sins be forgiven thee, or to say, Arise and walk? He did so many amazing, wonderful miracles. The first one was the wine, changing the water into wine at the wedding. But the crimson worm is really fascinating too, you guys. The crimson worm is, it's rimel in Hebrew. And it's not like a regular worm, like a maggot. It's a beautiful worm, and it looks more like a sea urchin, and it folds around. It climbs onto a piece of wood to birth its babies, and it reaches around. It attaches its head to its tail in the shape of a heart. It births its babies, and it protects them for 3 days, and after 3 days the mother dies, and just so that her babies live. And then there's this stain left behind on the tree that's a red stain. And then after a few weeks, it's like snowflakes fly off this thing. And it says that in Isaiah. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. And they use it for the high priest garments and for parts of the tabernacle. For the high priest, the Talmudic priests. So right now they're harvesting crimson worms in Israel, and they're scraping them and getting the dye to use in their garments, their highly priestly garments. So, but they also used it in the wilderness when they were being fed manna, the children of Israel. The scarlet worm would come and actually eat up all the leftover manna, so that people learned to depend on God day to day. That's what God wanted. So, and that's our childlike faith. We believe and we love and we trust on him for everything. And that's what happens when you do that. It's amazing, the blessing and the peace that you feel. So that's what they did. And then on Friday, on the day before the Sabbath, they would collect a double portion, so that not even on the Sabbath did they even have to collect the manna that was flying down from heaven. They had enough for that Sabbath too. So pretty interesting stuff. And that's linked to Psalm 22. Read it. It's about, he talks about the worm and that. So it's all related, guys. Everything down to the worm that's in the pit that's connected to you until you're inverted, and Ali oxen free of everything, because there is like a demonic thing going on where there's a good Jew and a bad Jew, and it is all in the Strong's Concordance. It all adds up, and it's up to each and every single person to do their due diligence and studies. And the King James is good too, though. Don't get me wrong. I was led to the Strong's Concordance in a very supernatural way, and to be using it, and it started matching up with events that were taking place in my life. Not only that, it's just wild, you guys. Numbers are a big deal to God. They really are. There's actually a book named Numbers, remember? So, but yeah, so get a Strong's Concordance. And I just wanted to do this little quick message. I love you guys, and just wanted to say peace and grace, and God be with you. Amen.